Drama Spot Reviews. Hello, fellow drama lovers, and welcome to Drama Spot, your new favorite destination for reviews of the hottest drama series. I have so many thoughts, so let's get into it. Previously on Meh. Mubashira finished her EDOP period, and her first stop on her tour was Casa de Treacherous Snakes, to let them know that I did not forget about you. I am not done with you. There is still more to come. Expect the worst from me. And she laid what I think to be a curse on their relationship and basically told Muhib, hey, you see this woman here, your wife Hina? She's not going to be your wife for much longer because I'm going to get her to leave you. And the campaign started with Mubashira having him arrested daily by the police to just sit in the police station and be mentally tortured, filing a case against him for theft of jewelry, office supplies, and home furniture. Miss Ayra finally lands a job, and it's not at Zaid's company. And she does not tell anybody in her family. She does not tell Zaid. She just surprises them and says, hey, I got a job, which does not make her sister-in-law too happy. We see that Zaid is still pursuing Ayra. There's no change there. Zaid goes to the Jafaar residence to do some business with Uncle Jafaar and runs into Mubashira. And Mubashira graciously thanks him for being there in her time of need. And he not so graciously says, no thanks needed. I only stepped in because your father asked me to. Zaid lets it be known how he feels about Rayyan, which is not complimentary. Flyboy Rayyan lets us know that things aren't so fly in his world, and that he not only has issues with his sister, but he has daddy issues as well. What he doesn't have issues with, though, is women. And he takes Kashmala out, just the two of them, on a drive and made her day. Now that we're all caught up, let's jump into episode number 5, which I'm calling Contumacy. After leaving Casa de Treacherous Snakes, Mubashira is in the best mood that we have seen her since she was planning her anniversary party. She looks refreshed, she looks relaxed, rejuvenated. And it's all because she sees the plans that her father and his lawyer came up with were actually put into action to make Muhib's life a living hell. You could just feel Mubashira's excitement, the relishing of seeing the pain on Hina and Muhib's face. Now, Uncle Jafaar was on board with this and very excited to see his daughter so happy until he realizes, wait a minute, did you go and see Muhib? Immediately, he becomes concerned, and rightfully so, because we don't want Mubashira to spiral. We want her to move on with her life, and that's what he tells her. He even tells her, don't worry about it. I and my lawyers will take care of it. But of course, you know Mubashira. She goes, no, Dad. I cannot leave Muhib alone. I have to ruin him. Basically, this has become her obsession. Now, instead of Uncle Jafaar doing the right thing and emphasizing, no, baby girl, leave this alone, he says, sure, go ahead and continue to ruin Muhib, but just don't let it stop your life. How do you expect her to move on with her life if she is obsessed with the thought of ruining someone? You're supposed to be telling her to move on and let it go. But no, he then has another brilliant idea saying, Mubashira, why don't you think about getting married again? Absolutely not. I mean, the girl was just humiliated. She has no respect for anyone. She cannot keep a husband, and you think that she should get married again? That's a joke. At least out of the two of them, Mubashir is the one that has some sense and tells her father, no way, I'm never doing this again. I don't need to be in another relationship. This is one of the things that endears Mubashira to me is the fact that she is so self-aware and does not have a distorted view of who she really is. She knows who she is and she knows what her flaws are. But I wish with some of that self-awareness came self-control, which she was clearly lacking when her father's lawyers showed up to ruin her good mood. He came to tell them that the case that they brought against Muhib was dismissed due to lack of evidence, and Mubashira did not want to hear that. She did not give the lawyer an opportunity to clarify or explain anything. She just immediately started yelling and berating him and questioning his qualifications and flat out told her dad to just fire him, that she can't believe that he's the head of his legal team. She obviously throws him out of the house, and her father is mortified yet again in front of this man because of his daughter's behavior. And he tries to correct her behavior and chastise her, and she was not having it. She turned around like her father was not her father and was one of her friends and told him, don't ever speak to me like that again in that tone. I don't like it. Sorry, Uncle Jafar, you created this monster. You have to live with it now. A few hours later, oh boy, looks like the news has spread across town. Mubashira gets a call from her friend who says, hey, didn't you file a case on Muhib? I heard that he won the case. And Mubashira is like, what? To add insult to injury, it's not that this has spread like wildfire all over social media. Rather, Muhib is throwing a dinner party to celebrate his victory. Are you kidding me? Of course, Mubashira is losing her mind right now, and her friend's like, calm down, calm down. He's playing mind games with you, and I agree with her. Because he purposely invited Mubashira's friend, knowing that this friend has no connection to either him or Hina, but he wanted Mubashira to find out about it. That's why he invited her. I hate to say it, but I think I'm going to have to give Muhim 1 point on the petty scoreboard because he has definitely messed with Mubashira's mind and she is freaking out right now. Really? I'm not afraid for Mubashira. Who I'm afraid for is Muhib and what she has in store for him. Now, back at what should have been a peaceful house, Ira's sister-in-law, Asıya, and her brother, Amir, have a little quarrel in the morning because Asıya feels as though no one in the house understands her and they're just treating her like a servant. I brought this up last week in that they need to show Asıya a lot more respect than what they currently do. It's like brother and sister have their secret club and they keep her out of it, which is not cool. I think that they both want the same thing. Asıya wants to make sure that Ayra is taken care of and gets married into a good family. And her brother, although he wants the same thing for her, he doesn't want to make her feel as though she's a burden and he's trying to get rid of her. So I understand where they're both coming from. I think that they just need to do a better job of presenting a united front and communicating with each other. Because right now, what's happening is that I feel like Ira is manipulating her brother to cave into all of her wants and bad behavior. Now, Ira has the nerve to come in and chastise her brother for bad behavior. In quotation marks, I say this, when she's the one that's causing the conflict because of her bad behavior. During Ira's lecture to her brother, she has the nerve to bring up the fact that Asıya looks at her like a sister. Well, why don't you return the favor, Ira? Why don't you just be honest, Ira, to everyone in your family and just let them know where you stand and that you do want to get married at some point, just not right now, and that you are actually dating someone and his name is Zaid. And Zaid appears to be the romantic one in their relationship. We see a scene where he's at work, he's thinking of Ira, and he calls her to tell her, "Hey, I was missing you, so just wanted to give you a call." And she's like, "What's your problem? You keep calling me again and again. Let me do my work. Don't you have any work to do in the office?" And I was just so shocked by this. Is that really how you treat the man that you're supposed to be in love with? I get that Ira has an abrasive personality, but this is just a bit too much. And if I was Zaid, it would turn me off after a while, and you would just get frustrated because what are we doing here? Do you even love me? That's what I would be asking myself if I was him. So tell me below in the comments, is this what a love match is supposed to look like? I think you know where I stand. No, this is not a love match. They are not going to survive. I'm making a mental note right now about the busybody in Ira's office. I feel like there's going to be more to come from her. She is way too involved and too nosy. Rayyan and Kashmala, the train wrecks that are bound to happen. So Rayyan invites Kashmala to lunch with him and his friends, and it is a disaster. All I could think of was Fatal Attraction when I looked at Kashmala's face. She looked like she wanted to go for that girl's throat the way that she was looking at her. Now, either Rayyan was oblivious to the glares from Kashmala or he did not care about her glares. Kashmala gets an attitude and quickly leaves the table and grabs her bag. Rayyan, to save face, because we all know that's the only reason why he got up from the table, he went to see what was up with Kashmala, what was her problem, and she's like, "Why did you invite me here when all you want to do is talk to this other girl? You're not even paying any attention to me." And he's like, "Hey, this is all so normal for me." And Kashmala's like, "What's normal about it? Her flirting with you or being free with you?" And he had the nerve to say that girls take very good care of him and he can't hurt their feelings. Give me a break. I will say that when he said that, it instantly made me think about his mother who abandoned him. And this is probably a coping mechanism. He doesn't feel loved by his dad. He was abandoned by his mother. And now, it's classic syndrome of, this person going out in the world and trying to find love in all the wrong places. I just wish that Kashmala was experienced enough and smart enough to see and know who Rayyan truly is, because if she did, she would run so fast. I really hated how he disregarded her feelings, but I am happy that he is not hiding who he is and he's showing her his true self. So it's for Kashmala to really know and understand and pick up on this and make the right decision. because from what I'm seeing right now, Rayyan is not the one. I will say that I was proud of Kashmala for standing her ground and leaving and not going back to the table like he assumed that she would. I didn't like the fact that he got way too physical with her by grabbing her arm, and all I could think of was that if Zaid had seen that, that would be the end of Rayyan. I was disappointed to see Kashmala at home sulking on the couch, but I guess what can we expect? She is young and inexperienced, but I really love the conversation that she had with her dad, and that, she felt so comfortable to be so frank and open with him, which is in direct contrast to her conversation last episode with her brother Zaid, where she lied about her feelings for Ryan. She asked her dad what he thinks about Rayyan, and he said that he thought Rayyan was a bit indolent. Not going to lie, I had to look it up, and the definition fits Rayyan perfectly, because have any of us seen him do anything other than terrorize his sister, work out, have lunch, and drive Kashmala around? No, we haven't. Was anybody else surprised how liberal Uncle Asif was when it came to asking Kashmala about her feelings for Ryan? For a minute there, I thought that he was going to freak out, but he didn't. And I guess obviously Kashmala knew this, and that's why she told her dad the truth. It was really sweet how he was building up her confidence and giving her words of encouragement, but I wish it was for someone other than Mr. Ryan. I almost feel like he wants to build her up to have the confidence of Mubashira. And this just made me think back to his conversation with Uncle Jafar in the office when Uncle Jafar was talking about Mubashira, and Uncle Asif's reaction to that conversation kind of surprised me, because it made me feel as though he was actually proud of Mubashira and the way that she was standing up for herself. What do you think? Do you think Uncle Asif wants Kashmala to have Mubashira's confidence? Let me know what you think down below in the comments. I'm not in love with the idea of Uncle Asif and Uncle Jafar talking about this, because I could see Uncle Jafar thinking, oh my goodness, it's such a wonderful idea. No, it's not. Your son is not ready to be anybody's husband, just like your daughter is not ready to be anybody's wife. You've done a bang up job, Uncle Jafar, with your kids. There's a saying that says there's no rest for the wicked. Well, we can clearly see that Mubashira has not rested. She has assembled a group of bloggers and other PR professionals to come together and do a dark PR campaign against Muhib and Hina, to put them out in the press and to damage their image and reputation. And this is all in response to Muhib's dinner invitation to celebrate the fact that he won the court case. I told you I was worried about what she had up her sleeve. She obviously doesn't live by what Michelle Obama said, that when they go low, we go high. When they go low, Mubashira goes down to the dirt, to the filth. She's going to destroy you. Breaking news live at the mall. We're here with Mohib and Hina shopping with Mubashira's money. I've always wanted to do that. That was fun. Anyway, we can see that Mubashira's plan was an absolute success. Poor Hina and Mohib can't even go out to walk around the mall and grab something to eat without being accosted by wannabe so-called bloggers. I mean, Mohib's smart. He's already figured it out and knows exactly who's behind it. But guess why he knows who's behind it? Because he started it first with that dinner invitation. You can't get mad, Muhib. I mean, you started it. You guys are going tit for tat. If you're going to dish it, then you need to be able to take it. This is not what Hannah bargained for when she agreed to marry Mohib. I'm sure she knew that her life wasn't going to be too easy in seeing as she was thinking to be the second wife to Mubashira's husband, but she wasn't anticipating this being thrown into the limelight, being chased by bloggers, being all over social media. But what did you expect? You knew who your best friend was. I'm starting to wonder now if this is what Mubashira does professionally. Does she do PR for the family's company? She seems to be really good at it. Mohib is just using Hina as an excuse, saying that, oh, it's because Mubashira attacked Hina, that's why he has to get revenge. No, this is a matter of your ego. You have to get revenge to satisfy your ego. It's not about Hina, it's about you. At this point, I really believe that you and Mubashira belong together because you are both petty. So, so petty. I feel like I'm watching a tennis match and it's really hard to keep up with what the score is, but every time someone serves the ball, the other one serves it back just as hard. And Mohib just served his ball. Oh boy, did he serve it. He has now gone on the record and done interviews that are all over social media talking about his marriage to Mubashira and how much of a train wreck she is. Mohib hit Mubashira exactly where it hurts. He challenged her to get married again and to actually stick with the marriage, but he says that he doubts that will happen because no one will be able to stay married to her. Wow, guys. Wow. I can't believe he just did that. Can you? Let me know below in the comments. And just like that, Mubashira takes the bait, just as Mohib knew she would because she is a hothead. And she tells her dad that she wants to get married again and that she promises that she will stick with it this time and that she will not get a divorce. But what she fails to realize is that it takes two. Just because you want to stick with it and not get a divorce doesn't mean the next man that you marry will feel the same. He may be another Mohib all over again. Is Uncle Jafar right? Is Mubashira going to make another mistake again? Is she going to make a worse mistake? I think we all know who the man's going to be. I'm dying, though, to know what you're all thinking, so please drop your comments below. And if you've enjoyed what you've watched, please hit the like button. Until next time. Drama lover, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you for watching Drama Spot Reviews.